Aloha Pisces, and welcome to your June 2026 tarot reading. We're going to go ahead and dive right in. Before we do, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can go to themagicsiren.com. We have a fresh promo code for the month. We're also on Patreon, and all that information is down in the description box below. With that being said, let's go into your June 2026 tarot reading. We're going to start with the overall vibe or theme for the month. We'll move into any potential obstacles or challenges. We'll shuffle to see how to overcome those things. Then we will get any extra messages that universe and spirit have for you. We are going to start with a love oracle and a general oracle to kick off the overall vibe or theme for the month. So let's go ahead and start with our love oracles for all of our Pisces friends. What do we have coming in terms of love, emotions, and connections for this month of June 2026? I can't believe it's already the middle of the year. Let's go ahead and see what we have for Pisces. We're asking universe, spirit, and tarot. Universe, spirit, and tarot. Any messages in love for Pisces? Ooh, I love this card. We have playfulness to recapture romance and allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. This is the card of just having a good time for the month. I think we're really trying to kick off the summer, and honestly, a lot of the signs for this June 2026 reading have very similar vibes of just enjoying our time, allowing yourselves to stop and smell the roses, do things that make us happy. Very loud car passing by, so sorry, but allowing ourselves to just have fun, not taking things too seriously, and just knowing that the energies that we are kind of putting out there are the energies that we are going to see or experience. And so universe and spirit is essentially telling you, when it comes to your friendships, your romantic partnerships, and even your relationship to yourself, just allow yourself to have that sort of romantic comedy energy. We're having fun, we're laughing, and we're just doing things that make us feel good. Let's go ahead and get a general oracle and kind of see what can be added to this overall theme and vibe for the month. What else can we add to the theme and vibe for the month for Pisces, June 2026? What do we have here? Let's go ahead and see what card fell out. Oh, we have environmentalist. You are an earth angel who is born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and animals. But this is just that card of being an earth angel. You're definitely being guided into spending more time outside, allowing the sun to maybe hit your skin, going for a swim. For all of my water signs, I think just spending time in the ocean, in the river, in the pool, even in your bathtub might be really, really helpful and healing for this month of June. Just spending some time outside. This card also represents bringing nature into you. So this could also be through different herbs. Maybe you're being asked to drink herbal tea, using essential oils, or even just bringing in some houseplants inside of your home can really also help regulate emotions, bring happiness, and maybe even help you with that sort of main character rom-com energy, right? That playfulness that we were talking about. Let's go ahead and shuffle our tarot deck. I'm kind of curious to see what comes out from the tarot cards for the overall theme and vibe for the month. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle. We're going to ask tarot and universe, what's the overall theme and vibe for the month in terms of tarot messages for Pisces, June 2026? That was me. I threw those cards on accident. All right, let's see what popped out here. We have the Queen of Wands. It is coming out in kind of a neutral position. We're going to take this more neutral, so we'll turn it in the upright. There is that energy of the Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands is the queen of action, confidence, and forward movement. This is also a card of passion. And so when I see that playfulness energy for, when we talk about these love oracles, it's not just romantic love, right? This is like our relationship to ourselves, our relationship with universe, with our day-to-day life, with our friends, our family, all that energy. And so when we see this card, the playfulness, it is that energy of just allowing ourselves to have fun, have these passionate moments. And I think that's very Queen of Wands brand. Now, I do feel like because you have heavy water in your chart with this Pisces energy, no matter if it's your sun, moon, rising, or maybe it's a Venus sign if you're watching your Venus signs as well, I think sometimes it could be difficult for you to get into that Queen of Fire. The Queen of Wands is the Queen of Fire energy. She is very much that sort of, confidence and motivation. She's excited, she's passionate, and she takes these action-based movements. And because we saw this come out in a neutral position, that might be a slight challenge for you this month to really embrace and embody her energy, even though I think you want to. More than likely, a lot of you Pisces that are watching this throughout the month of June, You're going to want to be in this sort of confidence energy. You're ready for the next thing. You want to be playful. You want to show up very much with your head held high, chest out, and ready to go. But there might be a little bit of that water energy that's kind of holding you back or making it difficult to do so. So I'm kind of curious to see what the potential obstacle or challenge might be for you this month, because I have a feeling it's going to have something to do with potentially stepping into a fire energy or a fire, what's the word I'm looking for? It'll come to me. A fire something. It'll come. The word is on the tip of my tongue. We have the Page of Swords in reversal. So the Page of Swords in the upright represents communication. So this might be what it is. We might have some conversations that need to be had this month, and we're maybe having a hard time ripping that Band-Aid off to do so. Okay, the Queen of Wands is not afraid to start the thing. So whether it's start the conversation, start the project, start the relationship, take the leap, she is action-based. And the Page of Swords in the upright is this energy of curiosity when it comes to new conversations and new ideas. So for some of you Pisces, maybe you have some new ideas, or there is some sort of conversation that you've been wanting to have with someone, but for some reason we're having a hard time executing the idea or just getting it started, or having the conversation even though we know we want to have that conversation. So essentially there is this energy here of that potential conflict or challenge of saying, how can you allow yourself to step into that energy of confidence? How can you, this very watery Pisces energy, allow yourself to say, I'm going to take this leap and I'm going to start the idea. Like the idea I have, I'm going to bring it into reality, even if it fails. Or the conversation that I know I need to have, whether it's with a specific person, maybe it's with your community, maybe it's with a family member, even if it's with yourself, just getting open, honest, and raw and real can be difficult. It can be scary. It can bring anxiety. And this Queen of Wands coming out says that you actually have that inner confidence, and I think you want to do these things. You want to have this conversation, but maybe we're just a little bit nervous, okay? Characteristics. That was the word I was looking for. Fire characteristics. It might be difficult for you to step into those characteristics because you have that heavy water energy. I knew it would come. It was on the tip of my tongue. Let me go ahead and see how we're going to overcome the challenge or obstacle this month, which again could just be having that sort of confidence or passion, or even just the drive to make the project or idea or conversation happen. We have the Queen of Cups. This is your elemental queen. So you do have these two queens coming out. I think when it comes to intuition and planning and nurturing, planting seeds, you definitely have that in you this month, Pisces, and I would take full advantage of it. I think there is a nice balance between your emotions. Again, this is the Queen of Cups. She is your elemental queen. She's very much emotionally balanced. She doesn't make impulsive decisions, and she is fairly confident in the things that she does through compassion. And so maybe there is this energy here of, kind of asking me, Alicia, well, how do I do that? Like, how do I step into those fire characteristics, even though I know that they're there, I just have a hard time embodying them. Maybe approach it or go into it with a compassionate mind for yourself and for the ideas, the projects, the conversations, whatever it is. But I love seeing these two queens come out together for you this month. You have this divine feminine powerhouse behind you. Don't be afraid to use it. You have the moon in reversal, which tells me that intuitively, I think a lot of you already know the steps that you need to take this month. We're just having that hard time of listening to it or trusting it. I think the big message for you across the board this month is going to be trust your intuition, be confident in your intuition and where your intuition is leading you, right? If your intuition is telling you to have the conversation, have it. If your intuition is telling you this is a great idea, then do the idea. If your intuition is telling you to just have a fun and playful day without taking things too serious, do that as well. Just have faith and trust in your intuition, in your ideas, in that inner voice, because again, that Page of Swords can represent all of those things. I'm curious to see what the extra messages are for the month, Pisces. I'm already tripping over my words, and you're the first video of the day. Let's go ahead and see what the extra messages are for this month of June 2026 for Pisces. So far, it's like we have, these two powerful queens coming out, and it is very much duality, right? Fire and water. It's hard to have that duality within you. Some of you may even have fire in other places in your chart, so just make sure you're watching your sun, moon, and rising for that full picture. You have the Four of Pentacles. You know, the Four of Pentacles represents the energy of learning how to surrender to the ebb and flow. And it's not necessarily just surrendering and letting go of everything. It's that energy of you don't have to hold on to everything so tightly. I actually really love the depiction of this card in this deck because it does really make sense exactly what this is. Imagine you carrying all of the groceries in from the house. You have all these bags and you have cartons of milk and boxes and all kinds of stuff. You're carrying everything to the door. But when you get to the door, you have to grab your keys out of your pocket. You have to be able to unlock the door and turn the handle, but your hands are full. Sometimes you have to put those things down to unlock the door. You can always go back and pick them up, right? But you have to be able to have a free hand to keep moving forward. And that's what the Four of Pentacles really represents. It's that energy of allowing yourself to put things down, allowing yourself to surrender to the ebb and flow of opening the door so things can freely leave, but also freely come in. There's a lot of blessings in the month of June for everybody, and it's not going to skip you, Pisces. So just make sure that you remember that. I think overall, like I mentioned, the messages here for you is one, to just have a good time this month. Don't take things too seriously. If there is an idea, a project, or a conversation that you feel you need to have, don't take it too seriously. Just be confident that your intuition is guiding you in that way for some reason. Your divine feminine energy, that half of you, that divine femininity, is telling you to listen to your intuition and just go into it with an open mind, an open heart, and approach things with compassion this month. Spend a little bit of extra time in nature if possible, if anything, just with water, okay? Whether it's sitting next to a fountain, maybe you're sitting next to a river, you go on a little road trip this month to a lake or to the ocean, that is going to be really healing and really helpful for you. But the water element overall is definitely being brought in for you with this environmentalist card. I think overall there's some nice messages here for you, Pisces. If you're still watching this video and you haven't liked it yet, consider liking this video. Consider subscribing to the channel. Come join the Ohana. We have many friends joining us every day, and we love making new friends. And like I mentioned earlier, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can always find me at themagicsiren.com. We have a fresh promo code for the month. We are also over on Patreon, and we have a weekly podcast called The Siren Circle. I have all that information down in the description box below, so if you're interested, check it out. Other than that, I'm going to let you get back to your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful month of June, and I will see you again next week. Aloha.